Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of old sheet music. I'm your host, Nicholas Carroll. Tonight I'm looking at this very interesting and very old piece called The Dance of the Brownies by F.E.F. Common. This composer is a vaudeville performer. She wrote several pieces that were famous, not very many, but this one right here is the most famous of them. And it was apparently based on a children's book. And this, I'm assuming, is a illustration that would have been from the children's book. So when they say brownies, they mean sort of fairy people known to play tricks on people in most folklore. On the back, we have more pieces, advertisements. The Glad Girl here. This is by a different composer. And this is all from Jerome H. Remick and Company Publishing, which was a Tin Pan Alley company and also existed in Detroit. Another interesting thing here is there is a stamp that this particular one was bought at Holman Brothers Piano and Organ Sheet Music in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Was at 528 Main Street. So like I like to do when I see stuff like this is I'll look them up later and see what is currently in that location in Johnstown. I dropped the inside because it is old and is not attached any longer. This is published in 1895, and upon looking it up, this is actually the 1895 edition. They changed the artwork, I guess, afterwards. If you look this up on Wikipedia, you can see more about that. But this is a characteristic dance. That means it's supposed to sound like brownies dancing. It looks very standard kind of rhapsody style vaudeville piece where it's kind of got various parts that tell a story. So we got an introduction, then we got a dance, and then we got this long dance section. Then we kind of have this slower section, it looks like, in the middle, and then kind of more bigger towards the end. It looks fairly advanced, so we'll see how I do with this sight reading it. Like I said, it is not very stable, and I'm starting to wonder how this fits, because this has a different page number. So I'm wondering if maybe this part is not the correct page. So I'm thinking, yep, definitely. I have page 2 and page 4 of Dance of the Brownies, and inside of it, I have a completely different piece, which makes sense given what I was just saying about it. I feel like it has an entirely different section in the middle. This is actually Melody for Violin and Sonata in C Major, which was a Beethoven piece that had been transcribed for piano solo that somebody had stuffed in there. And then on the other side, we got one page of this Flirtation piece by Rudolphe Berger. And there's only one page of that. So maybe this was, I don't know, a sample, or maybe it was a different book that fell apart. It is exactly the same size and the same paper, so I can see why whoever donated this to me had just kind of stuck it in there. But that does mean my version of Dance of the Brownies only has the first page and the last page. So I will play it, but it's going to be kind of a snippet, I guess, not the entire piece. But let's see what that sounds like at least. So I had just a brief kind of chromatic improv there to bridge the gap between the first and the missing pages. So it does have a kind of a very vaudeville sound to it, like I said, and it has a pronounced melody that I think you could remember after hearing it. I don't know, it seems like the middle page probably would have been fairly more the same, or could have maybe been a middle section that was a different section if it was an ABA form. I am more and more amused by these drawings the more I look at them with some of these people's, some of the Brownies' eyes. Pretty creepy, like that guy in the back there. So, anyway, an amusing piece, and like I said, I will, if you follow me on Facebook, I will look up the address to this and post perhaps what is currently there in Johnstown that used to be the music store this was purchased at.